Sunbury Motors Ford is coming off with their best-selling year in its 105-year history. SMC is committed to Ford Motor Company to sell 1,000 new Fords in 2020. Wow! Pick from 25 of the totally redesigned 2020 Ford Escapes, and they start as low as $21,960. Take up to $7,500 off MSRP of the all-new 2020 Ford Explorer, and they're priced from just $33,965. Sunbury Motors is Central PA's truck capital. Choose from over 120 Ford F-150s and Super Duties. Super Duty. The F-Series truck has been the #1 selling vehicle for 43 consecutive years, and SMC has them on sale for as low as $26,794. Sunbury Motors in the North 4th Street Auto Plaza, proudly serving the Susquehanna Valley's transportation needs for over a century.
Welcome to One on One. I'm Francis Garcelle, being joined with the newest member of City Council, Josh Brosious. Thanks for coming on today. Let's get right into it. You decided to run for office. Why?
Well, I'm young. I got elected when I was 27. I'm now 28, just turned 28. But I'm going to be here for a while. And hopefully someday, if I'm lucky enough, I'd like to raise my kids here in this area. And, you know, Sunbury was a great place at one time. It had a little slow time here, but I want to try to get it back to where that centralized area in where people want to come live at. And, you know, the best way to do that is get involved yourself. And, you know, if you really want true change, get involved, get people behind you. And that's what I want to do, make Sunbury the focal point of the valley.
And you said you were from Sunbury. You're a teacher at Chickalemi as well. So, correct? You're over at the middle school.
Yep, I teach 6th grade science. It's a new adventure every single day, as I tell people who ask me about it. Great job. Would not want to do anything else.
And that's what made you start focusing on the area, obviously, because you see people you graduated with and just other random people that leave the area for no reason. So we've talked about that before. But so you got sworn in beginning of January, and here you are 1 month in. What do you think so far?
It's more than I expect. I mean, in a good way, though, because you see things on one side of the table, like you just see decisions being made, but there's so many other things behind the scenes you really don't know about until you actually get all the information. And that's one thing that, you know, I learned from this coming from a few council meetings, like, wow, there's really more not being told, because as a reporter, you can only print so much in the paper because or else you'd be printing books. So the one thing I'm trying to tell people is start getting involved, start showing up so you know the full issues and so you know what's really going on behind the scenes.
And you got, once you were sworn in, they appointed you. You are in charge of the streets department. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so far you got kind of lucky because it's not been a bad
winner so far. Having my fingers crossed on that.
But you stop in there, right? You said you're one of the active councilmen and you want to stop in the building and see what's going on. What did you see so far in the streets department?
I mean, we have a new supervisor, just took his role about over a year, pretty much a year now. And, you know, he's trying to make some changes to get up to 2020. I mean, he's implementing new things, trying to cut down on costs for the taxpayer, but still at the same time not take away any services. I mean, I think that's really great, especially for our city because, you know, people don't like their tax dollars being spent not very wisely. And that's what he's trying to do. I mean, he has a background on working on many corporations around the state on big projects. So he has background on running this type of department, and he's trying to do what he sees best. And, you know, we talk weekly, multiple times a week, saying, hey, what are you doing? He's filling me in, and I think the department's going in a good direction and where it's at right now.
And one of the big things that just maybe, 2 weeks ago or whatever, I had given you a call and I said, are you ready for your first big decision as a roads crew guy? And I'm sure you can't wait to make that decision and see your name that you have closed down Line Street for the sledding, for all the kids that go sledding. You said you were excited to do that.
I'm excited. We just got to get that first snowfall, though, to make it worthwhile. I mean, we had these little baby teasers an inch there, but, you know, not enough to really go sledding down Line Street. So I'm waiting for that to happen to make that announcement. Say, hey, kids, the street's ready to go. Get those sleds up there.
Also, one of the big issues, well, there's a lot of big issues going on in the city right now, but one of them would be the police department building. So I know that you, from the beginning, took an interest in that, and tell us your thoughts on what you see going on so far with that and what you plan on doing.
I mean, for myself, I'm here for the taxpayer, and we can't make unwise decisions for taxpayer money. And, you know, they're talking numbers, for the one feasibility study on the property on Chestnut Street. I mean, the first initial price around $1.1 million. And I'm at the mindset, like, I can't pass the dollar off to the next generation that live in Sunbury. I mean, a lot of people will be gone and will still be paying for that, which I don't want to do. That's not right, and that's the way things have been going on for not just in Sunbury, but politics around the country. Just, we'll pass it on to the next generation, and I don't want to do that. I mean, one thing that I would like council to do is, let's get a feasibility on the cost of where we're at right now on Market Street, just so the taxpayers know what the cost of that renovation, remodeling may be. Now, it may not be the best option, but at least the taxpayers know, hey, it was going to cost this amount of money for their current location compared to a new place. And obviously, if the costs weigh the same, obviously, it'd be better off to go to a new location. But, if it's going to save taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars, well, we got to start thinking wisely with our money and taxpayer money and do what's best for the citizens. Now, will it be ideal for the police department? Well, we want to try to give them everything they need because they are giving the city a great service. But we also got to be smart with the taxpayer money. That's what I want to do.
And that you're the feasibility study you want to do at the Market Street location, the 440 Market Street location, comes after they're taking on another study on the Arch Street location.
Yes.
So.
And I'm up for just hearing all options. I know these feasibilities cost study, and I already talked with the city treasurer Kevin Shoup about, hey, do I have funds in my department to fund this feasibility? And he said yes, there are funds in there that would not, put you behind. It actually, you're a little ahead right now, because it's not the snowfall.
Right.
So really, we have some wiggle room.
Right.
I just don't want to waste that money, but I believe for the long term of the city, and we got to think long term, that just so taxpayers know, what it was going to cost, and we made the best decision with all our options on the table.
Right. So you're saying that to spend the $2,500, if it comes back and they say that it's only going to cost $500,000 to fix more, whatever the number may be, you would rather at least have the numbers combined.
Exactly.
Right.
So then everyone knows what the numbers were on the table, and we made the best decision. And then, if they don't like the decision that we made, they can come voice their opinion at council meetings. So that's when things really get done, when there's discussion from the public, between council, so they're aware. And if they ultimately don't like our decisions, our term isn't lifetime. It's only 4 years. So they don't like it. They got to get a movement behind them to be in our position and make those decisions.
Correct.
And that's how actually change is done. People got to get movements behind them, get a crowd of people say, hey, we support this. This is what we want. And that's how change really occurs.
But right now, if the vote was today, you're a no vote on spending $1 million.
I'm a no vote currently based on the information I have. I know they've been doing feasibility studies for the last 2 years, but I'm asking for price on the current location just so I can vote consciously in the best for the taxpayer money.
Have you toured the building on Market Street?
I did. Chief Hare took me through it. He showed me the situation that they're working out of. And obviously, we want what's best for them and what's best for their department. But yes, I did see the inside of the building.
We're going to get back into what you thought of that right after the break. We'll be right back with Councilman Josh Brosious.
Sunbury Motors Ford is coming off with their best-selling year in its 105-year history. SMC is committed to Ford Motor Company to sell 1,000 new Fords in 2020. Wow! Pick from 25 of the totally redesigned 2020 Ford Escapes, and they start as low as $21,960. Take up to $7,500 off MSRP of the all-new 2020 Ford Explorer, and they're priced from just $33,965. Sunbury Motors is Central PA's truck capital. Choose from over 120 Ford F-150s and Super Duties. Super Duty. The F-Series truck has been the #1 selling vehicle for 43 consecutive years, and SMC has them on sale for as low as $26,794. Sunbury Motors in the North 4th Street Auto Plaza, proudly serving the Susquehanna Valley's transportation needs for over a century.
All right, we're back with Councilman Josh Brosious. We were talking about your tour of the 440 Market Street location. What did you think when you went through?
I mean, it's not the most ideal conditions for our police department. I mean, those men work hard, they work long hours, and they deserve what's best for them. But at the same time, what is best for them may not be what's best for the taxpayer of the city of Sunbury. Like, for example, for my department, yeah, my building may not be ideal, but we have to make it work for the taxpayer. And I'm not saying we have to do, just throw a Band-Aid on it and hope it goes away, because it won't. But we got to make wise decisions for the taxpayer, because in all reality, that's who we represent, is the taxpayer, and we got to do what's best for them.
So at the end of the day, you're looking for numbers on the building. That's basically what you want.
Yes,
to see
I want to know numbers on how much it will cost to get them what they need in that location. So we know everything was on an even playing field. We knew it was going to cost X amount of dollars compared to what we know right now on Chestnut Street, or what other options that may come out, so we can make the best decision.
Because right now, after the last meeting, council did vote on going to search for a $1 million loan.
Yeah, I think it was actually they went for a $1.5 million loan. And in reality, they said, well, the city can afford it right now. But we don't know what's going to happen 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road. And, to put that debt onto the next council and councils 4 or 5 terms down the road, in my opinion, that's not right. And we talk about how this was only supposed to be a temporary move up to Market Street, up on 440 there. But there is not really any long-term planning to what we want to do in the next chapter of this police department. So I think if we are serious, all right, if we have a number, we got to start planning for this long-term. All right, if we can save X amount of dollars for X amount of years, then we revisit it and say, hey, that's what was best for the community at the time. That's what we thought while we moved forward on it.
The next part is with that being said, the police department is downtown. Give us your thoughts on what exactly is going on downtown and the businesses. I know you're big on that. You want to get businesses down there. Tell us what you think on that.
I mean, I think over the last couple of years, a few businesses have moved into the city. I mean, there's a lot of new places to go eat downtown. I know a couple new stops have happened for evening life. Have just opened up in the last couple of years, which I think is great. I mean, I just think now we got to start advertising what we have to offer. I mean, we have a great places to go eat. We have a lot of nice entertainment at night. Now we got to start advertising that out.
So you're saying people aren't coming looking. They're not coming saying, hey, we need to go.
Yeah, people aren't going to come to Sunbury because there's so many other options in our area they can go to. We got to go out to the people and say, hey, this is what we have to offer to you in our location. And I think, a lot of us, we're proud of it. We have a great riverfront out there. We have a great walkway. We put a lot of money into it. We take care of it, make it look nice. We got to play that into our card to these businesses saying, hey, not a lot of other places have what we have. And we just got to go out and sell ourselves, because advertisement is key nowadays. It's not 1970 anymore. Well, it takes you a month to get the newspaper somewhere else. Just a click of a button, you're out there to how many thousands of people, just like that. So that's what we got to do. We got to start advertising, showing people, more like advertising more, and show people what we have to offer here.
You're 100% correct on that. And as far as those businesses, what kind of business would you like to see come downtown?
I think we got to continue to grow on our nightlife, because they get young people to come to our area. They have to have entertainment. And if you look at any other location around us, I know we don't fit all the bills that have all the things that they have, but everybody looks for a nightlife to go to. I think that's one thing. Another thing I'd like to see happen, if it's feasible, we have a lot of huge vacant buildings. I think a lot of outlet stores would be great to be here. A lot of people's walking distance. Now I'm talking like a Nike outlet store, Under Armour outlet store that have, good quality products that people drive miles to go to outlet stores.
That has happened. Reading was one of the biggest towns that advocated for that years ago, and then they ended up putting in the vacant buildings where they had come in. So is that something you'll take it on your own and go out there and start making contacts?
I think that's the one thing the city has to do. We have a city administrator who can reach out to these different organizations that offer these types.
At least make the offer.
Yeah, at least make an offer. Tell them what we can offer them. And just recently, the owner of the old county building on 4th and Market there made a great, sales pitch to the community, saying he'd offer a free rent for 10 years. All you have to do is pay the taxes. I think that's great. That's showing him that he wants this community to build. And we need more business owners or even property owners to step up and say, hey, right, this is what I can offer to the city.
So basically, if the city was willing to pay the taxes, he's going to open up that building and let somebody come in and do their thing and open up. So it's,
Yeah, I don't know the full details on how he'd want it to be paid and things like that.
You're going to meet with him eventually.
Yeah, I know I called him, not him, but I had people try to call and set up an appointment yet. I haven't heard back from him, but I know he's going to be up for it, because when he came to the council meeting last week, he was so emotional about that. And he wants the city to do good, and that's what everyone wants in the ultimate end.
Well, with that being said on the city end of it, now let's get into the school district, because you are a teacher. What do you think of possibility of taxes going up, You are a teacher, so, and also you are involved heavily in sports. So you're a coach, you're a football coach, you're a track coach, cross country. You do it all. So
I try to help out where I can.
Tell us what are your thoughts on the state of Shikellamy right now, as opposed to when you first started.
I mean, I'm going in my 5th year teaching here. That's before they had the middle school fully built and constructed. So a lot has changed there. I mean, we got a brand new middle school built there, which is great. All the 6th, 7th, 8th grade under one roof, which is a great location for them. They have a lot of things going on there. On the other hand, taxes, I think everyone's in agreement that no one wants their taxes to go up. And just like I said, on my end for the city, we got to start spending taxpayer money wisely. And I think it's just great for the public to know, like, what's going on. They got to go to the school board meetings and I hate to say, but demand answers, like, where's our money going? Because a lot of times people don't know. Like I said, they read in the paper. They don't know the full details of what's really going on. So they got to go to those meetings and demand the numbers so they know what's going on and where their money is actually going. And like I said, everybody, bust on teachers, said they're overly paid job, which, everyone's matter of their opinion. But as I said, it's the best job in the world. I won't want to do anything else because I see so many kids from so many different walks of life. At the end of the year, everyone's excited for summer, and I am too. But, it's kind of sad at points because, I had so many great kids just moving on. But I'm happy they are moving on because they're going to move on to bigger and better things.
Right. And you are one of those that have said transparency all the time, and you want people to come to the meetings and ask the questions and stuff like that. So you have no problems when people come up to you on the street and ask you either or. But now being in that position where they can do that, so you're starting to look at things in the school district differently and saying, where's this going? Where's that going? Just now because you're starting to get more involved in the financial end?
Yeah, I am, because now I understand. I see, as a person who's not involved, like, you don't know what the numbers mean or what this means and what that means. But now, slowly just getting involved, I understand, like, oh, I know what that means. Now I know what that means. Now it's like, oh, where's this going? So, it's good to ask questions. And, if you don't ask questions, you don't learn.
How about sports? Are you football? I know they're in the search of a football coach.
Yeah, they are in the search of a football coach. I mean, we're just waiting. I think everyone's waiting to see where they're at on that. And whoever jumps on board, I think the whole community, not just with the school district, but they have to get behind them and, hey, we're going to support you. And the coach can only do so much. The players, on the other hand, have to do their job as well. I mean,
you coach a lot of them coming up. What do you think? Are they ready to
I think the work ethic is there. It just, you got to get somebody to lead them and lead them in the right direction. And just like anything, leadership is key. I mean, if you don't have a good leader, it's going to show. But whoever they're going to hire, I think they have a good group of kids who are going to want to work to get where they want to be.
Do you stay on when that happens as the
I guess,
coach, or how does that work?
I really don't know because this has never really happened to me before. Yeah. So I guess it all depends on the coach who they hire and who they bring in and what his vision is. He may have a staff that he wants to bring in for the junior high level. If that's what he wants to do, I 100% respect that because now it's his program, it's his baby. Right. He's the one who has to answer, I hate to say it, to the public about, hey, why are we winning? Or if not, why are we losing? Right. So I respect whatever.
Do you want to stay on?
I'd like to. I'd like to. Like I said, I have to see what his vision is because, me personally, as I said, if I don't fully buy into what you're selling, I'm not going to jump on board to say, well, I coach.
AKA the police station.
Yes, like, right. I'm going to do what I believe in. I'm going to stick with I believe in because at the end of the day, at least I know I did what I thought was best.
Perfect. So in the future, you're looking forward to these next 4 years?
It's going to be interesting either way. I'm going to be excited for it, though.
Do you plans on staying in anything bigger in politics?
I honestly don't know. Like, I'm going to take these 4 years and see how they go. If it's something I want to continue to do, who knows? The sky's the limit.
Right. Were you surprised that you won?
I don't know. I like to think I'm a confident person, but you never know. I mean, it's out of my hands. I can only tell people what I think, and hopefully they believe me and show their support behind me at the polls.
And obviously you were the top vote getter, so does that go to show you that people wanted either change or they wanted somebody young? And you said that too, that you wanted younger people to start getting more involved in politics. So what did the numbers tell you at the polls?
I think the numbers showed that, people want a younger set of eyes at the deal. Now, I think people there have been trying to do the best they can. And, everything, it's a good variety because we have age at all levels to see things at different perspectives. And, I see things from a younger person. The older councilmen such as Jim and Rick, they see it from the older standpoint. So I think it's a good deal all the way around because we have the whole, I guess you could say, the whole pie of vision looking at the same goal.
Is the mayorship in your future?
I don't. Like I said, I have no idea. Maybe after 4 years, if I'm still around, maybe. Like I said, I have no idea.
You could run in two. Has it crossed your mind?
I honestly couldn't say. Maybe if everything was right, but like I said, that's 2 years from now, and I honestly don't know what it's going to be like in 2 years.
Well, thanks for being a good sport. We appreciate
Yeah.
you coming on. Councilman Josh Brosious, City Councilman, you're ready to go, and we'll see you back here again soon.
Thank you.